Singapore has been at the heart of the digital revolution with a high take-up of broadband and internet use amongst its 5 million residents. But the sheer speed of change has meant that the impact on different generations can be striking. The Al-Kahoni family are mainly professionals and English is their first language, apart from Arul, who was brought up speaking Tamil. He's married to Siv. They're both lecturers. She has a younger sister, Puva, who is a netball coach, and a younger brother, Param, also a lecturer. Param is married to Susie, who works in publishing, and they have 2 teenage daughters, Chelsea and Alyssa. For the girls, like most young people in Singapore, digital technology is central to their lives.
Facebook. I am full-blown Facebook addict. And I admit it, Facebook has every possible game. So I'm always on Facebook. I play many games, Variety Life, Fishville. Other than that, for school, I have my own personal blog, and I have a school blog, which is where we are to blog on current affairs. So we blogged about how Facebook was banned in Pakistan. We blogged about social etiquette of phones. And currently, where I'm studying, we use laptops for everything. Our tutorials are done online. So I guess technology plays a very big part in my life right now. For school, for my social life, everything is all technology these days.
I would say I'm pretty adventurous because I'm into Facebook, Friendster, Twitter. I have a blog and all that. And also, like, if my friends tell me about this new website or something that they have checked out and they think it's pretty cool, I will probably go check it out if I have the time. Or maybe this new music video that's come out, then I'll probably look at it from YouTube and all that.
Teenagers these days are very used to everything being technology-based. So if you are not technologically inclined, you lose out. Singapore is moving to become a wireless island. And so I guess there's no way of running away from it. If we think now it's already advanced, it's about to get a lot more advanced.
The older generation in this family is less enthusiastic about the digital revolution than its younger members.
I grew up with no television, no phone at home. And I can still remember the first phone message I had to take. It was scary. But coming to Singapore, I was one of the last to pick up the use of computers in the office.
I don't think I am a person who has adapted or accepted technology to a large extent, so I'm still old school. I do go to some work-related sites in terms of journals and so on, but that is it. To be honest with you, I try to avoid sitting behind a PC or a laptop as much as I can.
But one of the adults in the family is genuinely enthusiastic about new technology.
I was always impressed by technology and very, very eager to learn and use technology. And I think that trait helped a lot. At work, this is very important because in publishing, what we do is we have conference calls between countries, India, UK, China, and I get training from trainers in Australia by just logging on to my computer. He sees my desktop and he teaches me. I think this is an improvement in technology. You don't have to be anywhere else. You can be in front of your PC and speak to anyone in the world.
It has come to a stage that you can't survive without email nowadays. Because your computer is out for 1 week, you are finished, you lose all the messages and all. No? So actually it has come to a stage you must have an email system. And I go to internet on world news, mainly Sri Lankan news and the other rest of it.
Is it in Tamil or English?
In Tamil, most of them in Tamil.
My daughter is now in South Africa and I'm able to see her because of Skype. And I think that's wonderful because when she has a bad moment, she just screams, "Mom, I need to talk to you," and I can see her. So that's nice.
One of the things the teenagers have in common with the older generation is their enthusiasm for social networking, particularly through Facebook. They're less keen on Twitter.
Actually, Twitter is just a forum to tell you, oh, I'm going to eat now. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm going to do this now.
1 week you'll be woo. After a while, it's okay.
Yeah.
Facebook.
Exactly.
Because Facebook is constantly updated. New applications, new games, new events, new this. So it's always new. Whereas Twitter is after a while it's just the same thing.
But I think Facebook for the older generation has been a fantastic source of getting in touch with people that we have not seen for
Friends
years.
of,
God.
my classmates and my
Yeah.
primary school teachers. I got to through Facebook. Can you imagine seeing them? And I now know they are CEOs of some company. Yeah. I do enjoy Facebooking, especially with my selected friends and family. I'm a little selective of those people that I allow on Facebook, but definitely my family, because my family is, some of them, they're not here with me. They are all in Malaysia, so I get to see what they do, their photographs and events that I've missed through Facebooking.
There is an ongoing debate in the family about the pluses and minuses of digital technology and its impact on the language they use.
You're not gonna write a full long sentence on a story about your status update because you just want people to, your main aim for your status update is to get people to understand that small factor. So you're probably gonna take a chunk out of a sentence and write it there. And people who, if you don't understand broken English, you probably be like, huh?
I've read yours. There's a lot of lingo in it.
No, I think also
Which
what
I'm not
happens is, like
familiar
what you
with.
said earlier, is 4 or 5 people get online at the same time. So you are simultaneously chatting. And when you're doing it that fast, however fast or good a typist you are, to continue 4 conversations, it's not going to allow you to keep the English language
You're only allowed a line or
perfect.
two.
I think it's really very different when you compare how different, like in their time they studied pen and paper, whereas now we're doing things on the computer, which has its pros and cons, because like should you be doing a comprehension passage, having to scroll up and down gets really tiring and you feel tired of looking at the same screen all the time. So pen and paper is a lot more, it's easier, I think.
In the olden days where there wasn't as much technology and everything was more like, we go into the park to play soccer or stuff like that. But nowadays, even though we do have technology, it's a bit different in the sense that if you're going to call your friend, you'll probably be like, hey, you want to come or something. In the olden days, you probably go knock her door and like, come join us or something.
I am very much a people person. So however much technology is moving and all, my fear is that human interaction gets reduced. The communication face to face.
What's really scary now also is the fact that many of the students who are coming in, they don't read textbooks. Although we are giving them the textbooks, they're not reading it at all.
I'm very worried about how kids get addicted to technology. My students get addicted to gaming on the computer and they come late for class, they can't pay attention in class, and that worries me.
It's becoming a huge challenge to lecture nowadays because students have more information or more updated information than the textbooks. I have students who are immediately, Googling stuff or getting it off the wireless net while we are lecturing, and they're able to say it's true or it's not true. But as always, the good always comes with the bad.
The copying and the plagiarizing that happens is a challenge to teachers because you have to have that extra, make that extra effort to make sure that the person is giving you something that's original. And as you think the child is learning, you also want to teach the child these values as well.
In their own home, Param and Susie have set some limits on their daughter's use of their laptops and mobile phones.
They have limits in certain uses of certain gadgets like handphone. So because what I do or what we planned to do previously was you can use your handphone and you can use it throughout, but what I notice sometimes is there's unlimited use of the handphone throughout, and sometimes it impedes sleep as well. So we thought, okay, let's have a balance here. You can have your handphones, but it doesn't go upstairs with you. So upstairs, when you go up, your computers don't go into your rooms as well. By doing so, we're always together. We may be all having a gadget each, but we're always together. We may be in our own worlds, but sometimes I feel, life you can get so used to computer and you can it can cut into your family lives.
I don't see why we need to have laptop conversations with friends who you were with the whole day in school on Facebook or social networks when you're back home. And the one thing I don't believe in is isolating people in a home to rooms, so much so we don't see each other. We've gone for meals out and seen families sit and have a meal in a restaurant where everyone's on their own phone and there's no conversations going on. And those kinds of things are things that we try to prevent from happening.
I think we've gotten used to it. It just comes in, it's a bit hard when, for example, you're doing an online discussion and you have to go in 10 minutes and your friends are like, why can't you be online? And you're like, I'm not allowed to. And they go, huh?
It can be a bit annoying at times because you really need to get something done, or you really need to, you really want to have this conversation with your friends, and your parents are like, no, stop, and all that. But I think overall, when you look at the bigger picture, it does help. The restrictions has brought us closer as a family.